I do this every year after 4 weeks. Did it last year. And I saw it was very popular. And as you know, we do things here not just for clicks, but for winning. We do them both. Unfortunately, these teams have not won enough.
We're not going to apologize for winning.
That's right.
Winning.
Michael, paying attention.
It's amazing. When he pays attention, how much better this show is.
So much better.
It's great. And I'm so glad that my content is capturing your attention.
Thank you, Rich.
Oh, thank you. That's basically what I was just saying.
I know. You're welcome.
Top 5 most disappointing starts of 2023. Hit it, please.
High five.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Rich's Top 5.
Well, number 5 on this list has got to be a team that made the playoffs last year, won their division last year, and with Aaron Rodgers gone, there were still a bunch of people saying, okay, we saw what you did with your running back. And we're still wondering if you are winning this division or not. But a lot of people still thought they could. And their only win at present is against the winless Carolina Panthers. The 5th most disappointing start of 2023 belongs to the Minnesota Vikings. I mean, who would have thought, obviously, what happened with Aaron Rodgers and his Achilles, in my mind, takes the Jets right off this list. If the Jets were 1-3 with Rodgers being healthy, they'd probably be on this list in a significant way. But the reason why I bring up Rodgers here, the fact that Cousins has trade rumors around him before October hits. And Justin Jefferson had to basically say, hey, all this trade talk, pipe down. Pipe down. We're not giving up on this season, but they're 1-3. They shouldn't be. And that puts them on this list of disappointing teams. Number 4 on this list is a team that was staring 0-4 right in the face. They gave up 70 points in Miami and then 28 to the Bears. And thanks because the Bears are higher up on this list. Spoiler alert. The Denver Broncos are the 4th most disappointing team with their start of 2023. I mean, Sean Payton was not supposed to stare 0-4 right in the face. Cortland Sutton's turning the ball over way too much. Judy got banged up. The defense is just look, it's one thing to give up 70 in a game. Obviously, the Dolphins have the ability to do it. But the Bears, they've got a quarterback who says, I'm a robot, and everyone is wondering what's going on, and they get curb stomped playing the Captain Steubing to the Lovebirds, the celebrity Lovebirds, Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift, and the Bears put up 28 on them. Russ looks better at least, but the rest of it, I mean, the running game is non-existent. Javonte Williams can't do a lick. He got hurt in last week's game too. The Denver Broncos are 4th on this list. The 3rd most disappointing start of 2023 belongs to the Cincinnati Bengals. Now, you might be sitting there saying, Rich, why do you keep, Rodgers and the 1-3 Jets off this list, but you put the 1-3 Bengals on this list? Because Burrow's made every start. That's why. Burrow's been in every game. That's why. And Burrow, doesn't look himself. He is definitely banged up, but the defense looks like a shadow of themselves. An AFC championship game team from 2 years in a row, laying the wood and being physical on that side of the ball. Looked like they wanted no piece of Derrick Henry. And this is the type of game where they bow up and they show Derrick Henry who's tougher. That was really disappointing. I'm like, talk about the loss that happened in week 4 to make them 1-3. This is supposed to be, all right, we beat the Rams despite Joe Burrow limping around like Fred G. Sanford. Now we're going to come back and we're going to win this one in Tennessee that just lost 27-3 to Cleveland. And we're going to get beat like that? I'm very concerned about these Bengals. Number 2 on this list of most disappointing starts of 2023. It's fresh in my mind. It's written down because it happened last night. 248 yards of offense, 6 of 16 on third downs, a pick 6, a forced fumble, 11 sacks, 2 turnovers on downs, 12 penalties. Your New York Football Giants, who have lost their first 2 home games by a combined score of 64-3, and both of them under the lights of NBC and ESPN, and you want to throw the Manning cast into ESPN too. And they looked like they were going to go to 0-2. Arizona had them dead to rights. Daniel Jones, thankfully for he and Saquon Barkley, they put it together. Barkley gets hurt. They get smoked in San Francisco. And what happened last night is an absolute total as they would say on New York Sports Talk Radio, embarrassment. I don't know what's happened. This team won a playoff game last year. Forget about looking like a playoff team. This is a playoff winning team from last year, and they're 1-3. And you take a second half in Arizona out, which obviously you don't, and you're talking about a winless team. And number one on this list, I mean, and this is the fact that they are clear number one after the Giants are number 2 on this list, and everybody else that's on this list. The Chicago Bears were not supposed to be 0-4. The Chicago Bears were supposed to have kept Justin Fields and added DJ Moore and gotten all these picks from Carolina and made the moves that they've made in the offseason and taken this kid from last year who was running all over the place and making plays and being dynamic. And by week 2.5, before week 3, he's saying, I'm playing robotic, and the reason why is coaching. And I know he would counter that by saying that's out of context, but that's absolutely what he was saying, is that the coaches are trying to teach him and tell him what he should be doing, where he should be looking, what he should be doing in terms of the scheme and the defense, pre-snap, post-snap. And he's saying, this is not allowing me to play free, or I'm not comfortable playing this way. And that is not supposed to have happened based off of last year after just 2 games. And unfortunately for them, they played the Chiefs, and Taylor Swift shows up. and all sorts of holy heck breaks loose. And then what they did against Denver, blowing the game, and then Matt Eberflus deciding to go for it on 4th down instead of a 35-yard field goal with 3 minutes to go, and then calling timeout, coming out again, and going for it again, and the play call was dreadful, and then you give up a 47-yarder, and then you give up a field goal. Instead of being up by 3, you're down by 3, and Justin Fields throws a pick, you're 0-4. Easily, the Chicago Bears, the most disappointing team starting 2023.
You think we need one more? All right,
and I'll just do it for Old Lang Syne, folks. I didn't think the Raiders would be 1-3, did you? And I know I could go with 0-4 Carolina, but they chose a kid first overall who is disappointing. I mean, Bryce Young's start is disappointing, certainly when you have it in comparison to C.J. Stroud and when Anthony Richardson stays healthy for a full game. But Devontae Adams is rightfully frustrated. Jimmy Garoppolo, when the Raiders went and got him, folks were definitely saying, why do that? He hasn't played a full season since 2019, and he got his bell rung at the end of a loss to the Steelers, and could not answer the bell last week in Los Angeles. There are people all over my Twitter feed, X feed, whatever, because I am on Raiders Nation Radio in Vegas, and I do talk about the Raiders a lot. Amy Trask is on What the Football with Susie. We do talk a lot of Raiders football here. I chose the Raiders over the Chiefs last year. I pissed off an entire kingdom by doing that. So I do get a lot of Raider fans telling me their problems, like I'm Dr. Melfi, and I see it. They want McDaniels fired by now, that the Patriot way ain't happening. And here we are again with them. 1-3. And Green Bay coming to town. And this is a Green Bay team that can make a long night for Vegas again. And they haven't even played the Chiefs yet. Those are my most disappointing teams and starts of 2023. Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.